Today, I'm going to share with you my 5 best tips that I've learned as a recruiter to help you crush your job search and land that job that you've always wanted to have. And we're going to get into it right now. Welcome to Cam on Tech. On this channel, I'll show you how to leverage the technology you carry with you every day to be able to maximize your lifestyle or what your success or your achievements are on a daily basis. There's an amazing stat out there that I had read that 83% of smartphone users only use 12% of the capabilities within their smartphone. So think about that. That leaves so much technology and so much purpose on the table for you to be able to really gain the most from your technology and kind of slim down your workflow within your lifestyle, right? So you want to be able to do everything you can possibly do, organize your life, get the job you want, and do everything possible without having to sacrifice time. Time is the one thing none of us can afford to lose. We need time on our sides. I'll provide you with all of the information you can possibly need to be able to make an informed decision if the technology that's out there today that you're being bombarded with is best for your workflow and your lifestyle. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Hit that like button, share with your friends and family so that way we can keep going forward. Let's get into step 1. Step 1 is the resume push. The resume is your handshake. It's basically your written commercial of everything that you've done up until now and why you deserve that position that you're applying for now. Now, my best advice and something that I've done in the past is download every single job search app that you can possibly find and put it in a folder so you have one-click accessibility to every job board. So that means Indeed, Monster, TechFetch, Dribbble if you're creative, Behance if you're also creative and like to do freelance work, Dice, all of those. Download them all, create a profile, a fully fledged profile, and put it in a folder so that way you can take your resume and push it up into those services and have it readily available. So that way hiring managers and recruiters can see the best that you have to offer. In these specific apps, there is a placeholder for a cover letter. So you want to have a great drafted cover letter summarizing exactly what you've done in your past and how it relates to the job that you're going for. The idea here is to have your credentials at the ready for any time a recruiter or a hiring manager reaches out to you with a job opportunity. So that's the key. Now, for some of the opportunities that you do find, it is required that you apply from a computer. Sometimes that's a little more time consuming. It can get annoying, I realize that. But what you want to do is save those for a later time. So that way, if you save a good 3 to 5 jobs, you can block some time later on in your evening, maybe after dinner, where you can go through applying for those. Step 2, create job alerts. Job alerts are very important so that way you always know something that just popped up that's within your space, right? So create those job alerts, and every single one of them you can put a job search alert and have it either emailed to you or sent to you through a push notification on your Android, iPhone, or Windows phone. So create those alerts around those specific jobs so you know immediately when that job becomes available and you can send your resume in and be one of the first applicants on that position. Step 3. This one is the most important step in this entire process. Step 3 is networking, okay? Networking, I can't stress this enough. Networking is so crucial to your job search because your next job could be within your cell phone and you don't even know it. That one person that's in your favorites list can be the person that gets you the next incredible gig that you're going to look for. So network, network, network. Tell all your friends and family. Post that you're looking for a new career opportunity. Put it out on Facebook. Put it out on Twitter. Put it out on Instagram too. If you're a creative type, you're a professional photographer, put that out on Instagram as well, because you may find that people that are following you could be recruiters. They could be creative recruiters, or they could even be headhunters from a particular company that you'd like to get into. So make sure that you're networking appropriately and telling everybody that you are looking for your next great opportunity. There's also a little bit of discretion here too, because for some of the people that are working, you kind of don't want to let your job know that you're looking, because they may say, all right, see you later. So when I mentioned before about letting your friends know on Facebook, letting your friends know on Twitter or even Instagram, all those services have direct private messaging. You can direct message one of your colleagues or friends on Twitter and no one else is the wiser. You could do the same in Facebook Messenger. Let somebody know. Set up a draft communication so that way you can copy and paste it to strategic people within your Facebook Messenger groups or within your Twitter direct message groups, so you can send out and let them know exactly what you're looking for and if they can help. That's key. They may be able to help, or they know exactly, now the word is out and you could potentially gain your next opportunity from that alone. Okay? If you don't have an all-star level profile on LinkedIn, get it done. It needs to be done. That is such a powerful tool for job hunting, for analytics around the companies that you want to work for, being able to connect with people that are in your space. Make sure that you are present and engaged on LinkedIn. All right? Start commenting on their posts. Start engaging with people in conversation, adding your points of view in a very gentle way, of course, but add your 2 cents. Maybe there's a call to action in that post that someone needs help and you have the answer to provide them. Kind of a sidebar to this is get out of the house. If you're not working right now and you're networking and you're on the computer and you're doing everything you possibly can, tweaking resumes, posting, doing all that type of stuff, take a break. Get out of the house. Go talk to people face to face. Why? Because that builds up your interview skills. Go to a mall, go to even a park and just talk to someone. Engage in conversation, because subconsciously that's building your interview skills. Being able to answer questions and ask questions in return and be a good listener. Try to make a conscious effort not to cut people off. If someone's speaking, wait until the very end. Try to think of something that's relatable and then come back and engage back and forth. All of these things that you do on a daily basis, you have no idea how impactful it is in getting your next job. Step number 4, get organized. Getting organized and keeping organized is the most important piece of this puzzle. Now, when I say get organized, what I mean is get yourself a spreadsheet. Get yourself some type of documentation. Make some headers in a table for the company you're applying to, the job title you're applying to. If there's a job ID, notate it. Put a job ID in there. Put your contact that you've been talking to for that job profile, or who the hiring manager is if you know it. Contact name, contact email, contact phone number, date of last contact, and put your results in there. Make a little field at the very end for your results, because you want to see if the effort you're putting in to get hired at that company is really paying off. Keep track of your results too on this job search. You don't want to waste your time. Your time is valuable. If you keep this running tally and keep yourself organized in your job search, you'll find out that you're becoming more effective at targeting your specific companies and specific jobs. Okay, step 5, the final step in this process is follow up. Follow-up is so crucial to your job search and everything that you do. When I first started in sales back in the late 90s, one of the first things that my sales manager had told me is be the one salesman that follows up, because nobody really does. They'll give you a call in a week and say, hey, how you doing? How's everything going? But then they kind of drop off the face of the earth and you never hear from them again. So it's your responsibility as well as theirs to follow up. Use it wisely. Put a 3-day follow-up. After that 3 days, if you don't hear anything or you don't get a result, do another follow-up in 6 days. Okay? So you need to start getting results, and people owe you those results. No matter what it is, you're owed those results. You're owed an end game. After that 6-day follow-up, if you're still not getting the results that you're happy with, then wait 1 more week. That's it. 7 more business days, and then follow up again. If at the end of that 7 days and you follow up and there's still not a result, move on, because that's not going to yield you anything, and all you're doing is wasting your time. Okay, so you got to identify an end game in what your search is. Obviously, in this particular case, the end game is landing a job that is sustainable and keeps your family going and keeps your lifestyle going to exactly what you need it to be. The end game in follow-up is a result. Yes or no. That's it. That's all you're looking for. Yes, you got the job or an interview. No, sorry, they moved on with another candidate. That's your end game. Once you reach that, close it out. That door's closed. You can drop it off of your tracking sheet. Identify your end game in all of this. You don't want to keep a bunch of doors wide open and you're still running around trying to find out what's going on, because that's taking your focus away from moving on to the next thing. And you don't want to do that. You want to keep a strategic position in your job hunt. So follow up with your recruiters, follow up with your hiring managers, follow up with your friends and family, and try and find out if there's any information that you can build on to go forward to the next step in landing you that position. So make sure that you're using your follow-up skills appropriately. All right, you want to gently ask for a follow-up. You don't want to get angry, even though this gets very frustrating, and job hunting and finding something sometimes can get very desperate and very frustrating. But you want to take a breath and be gentle about it. There's always the ABC rule, right? Always be closing. So keep that in your mind, that you're always trying to find that close. So gently follow up and ask for the close on every single follow-up. Hey, can we get me an interview next week? Here's my availability, and I'd love to hear from you soon. Thank you in advance. I always put thank you in advance in all of my emails because it's an assumed call to action. You're putting it in their hands. You've asked your question, you've positioned your statement or your follow-up, and by saying thank you in advance, you have an expectation to follow up with you to at least give you something. It requires an action, okay? So if you have some tips, tricks, or strategies that'll help the community in gaining their next opportunity, please put them in the comments below so that way we can all learn and grow together. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.